in southern Iowa.
That's it. It's November 27th. I'm headed up solo. Got a couple of my bows in the back there. I think I mentioned already that I had some issues with my lift 33 falling off of a quad, so I switched to the 29.5. I haven't hunted with that bow yet this year, and I wasn't shooting it great before season, but for whitetails and the close range we're going to be shooting, it's not that big a deal, and it's actually a little faster. So 80 pounds, 29 inches, and I think I'm shooting close to 300 feet a second with an almost 500 grain arrow. So it's cooking, and it's going to blow through whatever gets in front of me. I've got Beast broadheads and Iron Will 125 wides on there. So the plan this weekend, or week, I guess, I'm going to be there about 4 or 5 days, is to go into a different spot each day, bring a bag of feed with me, and yeah, I'm hoping something is on camera at one of the spots that is worth sitting multiple days for. So tomorrow morning I'll probably go in or tonight I'm going to go check a couple cameras, and then tomorrow morning, depending on what the cameras told me tonight, I'll go in and sit at least for the morning, and then if I didn't have anything good on camera that morning, or from the night before, then I will probably switch again midday. I've got to stand in a spot that I got to pull out because it's just there's nothing over there, nothing worth hanging around for. So I will grab that and put that in one of my older spots that I haven't ran in a while, but there is a scrape there. Is it an elk? I think it's an elk. Anyways, I had a scrape there for a long time, and I think the deer still use it, so I'm gonna go put a camera on it. Might not bring feed, I'm not sure yet. I might just hunt it as a scrape, but we'll see. I will keep you guys updated. Hopefully I'll have some cool trail camera pictures to post, and yeah, I'm gonna meet up with Skylar and see what he's been seeing. So all right, so it is night one. I'm gonna go for the first sit in the morning. It's a little bit colder than last time, still not as much snow. And I was talking to Skylar here in camp. They got their wall tent set up just across the way here, and they're not seeing a lot of deer. His brother missed a nice buck today, it sounds like, but other than that, they haven't been seeing much. So we'll see if my cameras are saying the same thing. But yeah, I'll go set up another another stand, maybe just run a scrape on it, and then also go check one of Cole's cameras so I can decide where to sit for the evening. There wasn't anything great on this camera. My card reader wasn't working, so I put the SD card for the trail camera on my video camera and went through the pictures, and all I saw was the same 5x5 that I'm trying not to shoot. A couple of other new, smaller bucks, so. Oh shoot, I just blew a bunch of deer out. Nice. Beast mode engaged. Didn't bleed that much, but there we go. Doe down. Last tag of the year cut. Longer lens on here, but doe's on the quad, stand on the pack. Okay, that was a bit of a rodeo trying to drag that thing out and film stuff with my longer lens on, but I got the short lens on now, so I'm going to get it all cleaned up, load up the quads, and head home. Oh, let me get my trip. Well, I'm getting blood in my mouth. So I told myself tonight I was either going to shoot the decent buck that I got on camera the day before in the morning, or I was going to shoot a doe. I didn't want to go home with a small buck, but I didn't want to go home with nothing. I put a lot of time and effort into working on my bow, my arrow setups, and then also just putting money into tree stands and bait for this tree stand spots, and then also just time away from family. So I know I've shot lots of things this year, but all the meat will get used. I think some people worry about that. I don't know why. It's not really their business, but at the same time, I eat game meat all year long. The only time I ever eat anything that's not game meat is if it's like turkey or beef, and that's not very often. It's usually whitetail or elk or something. And we've got friends that are going to use the meat as well. And this was a young doe, so she's not going to have a lot, but she's going to taste really good. I'd say whitetail is my favorite. And the last two animals I shot, my dog took the heart from my blacktail, which I was bummed about. Wasn't trying to give it to him. He just took it. And then I shot the heart out of my mule deer, so I couldn't eat that. So I'm very excited to bring home some heart and fry that up probably tomorrow night. And yeah, it's just fun. It's like I sat for over 8 hours today, from dark till almost dark, and it's cold, it's boring, and to me, for it to be worth it, to me, not necessarily to be just to be worth it, but I'd say for me to feel like I accomplished something, I was able to, make a good clean shot on the doe. She ducked the arrow pretty hard, and it just caught the top of the lungs, I think. Gotta look at it more, but I shot her with that new Beast broadhead, and she was dead in like 100 yards. She died. She ran up the hill. She actually died on a quad trail. So I just hooked my my tether up from sitting in my saddle and hooked it around her neck and drug her out of there. I was out of there pretty much just after it got dark. So it was it was quick. It was fun, and I'm glad I did it. I don't think that I don't usually put too much emphasis on what other people say. I did like this little poll on Instagram, like should I shoot a doe? Should I shoot any buck that I see? Or should I wait for a big guy? Half the people said shoot any buck, 40% of people said any buck, the other 40 said to wait for a big guy, and then 20 said shoot a doe. So I was never going to take anything from that as like, oh, this is what I should do, because I do what I want anyways, and if people don't like it, then that's their problem. But yeah, I don't want to sit here and explain myself as to why I shot a doe, but I did, and I had fun. So if you guys liked the video, follow along. I've got more hunts coming up from this year. I've got my elk hunt and mountain goat and my mule deer hunt as well. And then hopefully more whitetail stuff from Cole when he comes back up. There's a couple nice bucks that we're starting to get on camera now, and they're hitting the baits. So he's also put a lot of effort and time into this place, and it's hard to not pull the trigger or let an arrow fly on something in a place that you put a lot of time and effort into. So I know that's part of it. If you want to shoot a big animal, you have to let the little ones go, and I mean, technically I passed a spike and a 2-point, so I did pass the little guys. But anyways, catch you later.